I'm Erin Wilson, and you are listening to Inside NC Labor, a podcast designed to inform and educate North Carolina citizens on the role that the Department of Labor plays in state government.
Welcome to Inside NC Labor. My name is Meredith Watson. I'm a Public Information Officer with the North Carolina Department of Labor, and I'm here with my co-host.
My name is John Mallow. I'm also a Public Information Officer with the North Carolina Department of Labor. So just to get us started off, would you all please, starting with Beau Thomas, would you introduce yourselves and give us a little background about your journey getting into the Mine and Quarry Bureau, maybe how you started in the mining industry, so to say, and just tell us about your current role and what you do here at the Bureau and the department.
Well, thank you very much. Beau Thomas, Bureau Chief, Mine and Quarry. I've been in mining practically all my life. Started 1980, summers in high school. The Lord opens and closes doors. That's really how I got here with Mine and Quarry Bureau. And I can't think of a better fit for me personally, but mining is from a mining family, and it's in my blood, if you will.
My name is Bryan Hoilman. I was born and raised in Mitchell County. I started working in the mines in Mitchell County about a year and a half after I graduated high school. I worked for formerly used to be KT Feldspar, and they switched to the Quartz Corporation. But I worked there for 15 years before taking the job with the Department of Labor. My current job now is a mine safety and health representative in the western part of North Carolina, and I service 24 counties, I think, is my general area.
My name's Dan Mattfield, and like Beau, I'm from a mining family. Matter of fact, I was basically born on the Minnesota Iron Range. Uncles, dad, grandpa, everybody worked in the mines. I started in 1977. I've been underground, open pit, just about any kind of mine you could imagine. And I'm the mine safety and health rep for central part of the state. And I started came back. It's funny, I was in North Carolina in the mid-90s to the early 2000s working for Hanson Aggregates, and then moved away and came back in 2016. I started on the Osh side until Alan Green retired, and that gave me my shot at the Mine and Quarry Bureau.
Hi, I'm Marcia Page. I'm the administrative assistant with the Mine and Quarry Bureau. Try to keep the guys in line. And actually, I had some family that was in the mining industry in Morgantown, West Virginia, and started out with the Osh, and then I came into the mining. And I've been here for a little over 30 years with the Mine and Quarry Bureau. So other than trying to keep the guys in line, we work with our mine operations, their IDs, safety directors, mine maintenance, all of that covering the mines.
So along the same lines as the last question, Phil, you're the Deputy Commissioner for the Standards and Inspections Division. Could you give us an overview of your responsibilities and your role at the department?
Sure. My background is safety and health, and I came to the Department of Labor as a health compliance officer, became a supervisor, then bureau chief, and then I became the Deputy Commissioner for Standards and Inspections. And in my group, we have the Elevator Amusement Device Bureau, we have the Boiler Safety Bureau, we have the Wage and Hour Bureau, we have Employment Discrimination Bureau, we have Mine and Quarry Bureau. So basically I just support all the bureaus, make sure they have what they need so that they get their job done.
All right, so with the Mine and Quarry Bureau, the role of their part in the department is tasked with partially upholding the 1975 Mine Safety and Health Act of North Carolina. Could you explain some of the ways that your bureau accomplishes this task?
Sure. The 1975 Mine Act of North Carolina actually is a couple years in front of the 1977 Mine Act, federal. They run parallel. as far as the standards. So ways that we try to accomplish tasks within the parameters of the standards is by supporting the mines and going and helping with any compliance problems. We primarily focus on training, making sure that the miners and the contractors that work on mine property receive the required training so that they can do their job safely. Hopefully, that's what the goal is to be a resource for our mines in the state. So. Pretty much is just education and compliance and assistance.
The Mine Safety and Health Conference is a very important event each year for the mining and quarry industry. What does the Mine and Quarry Bureau's presence here and the North Carolina Department of Labor as a whole represent for the conference?
So, now Marcia has a lot of background to this. Years ago, this was primarily a Mine and Quarry Bureau function that we did in-house, but over time it's evolved where North Carolina Aggregates Association has got more involved, and so we support them. Mine and Quarry Bureau, what we will do with this as far as administratively is help get the speakers to come in and coordinate that way, but I got to give a lot of credit to North Carolina Ags. They do the yeoman's work. It's a wonderful platform for messages to get out, to talk about the latest and greatest news that's going on within our industry, to network, to get to know each other. It's just you cannot have enough friends within the industry. So then as far as the Bureau goes, or North Carolina Department of Labor, having Phil and other representatives come here and support this, I think is just paramount to help with our relationship with the workers within the state, because that's what we're after, is to be a service organization and do what we can to make our industry as safe and productive as possible.
Yeah, I would like to agree everything with Beau, but it's also a chance to get together with some of the principals in the mines, talk one-on-one. They can pretty much tell you what's going on out there. You can tell them, again, reiterate that we're there to help. Because a lot of them do not realize we have not just MSHA training, do a law class, we do a train the trainer, which enables people to go ahead and get their certification as a trainer so that they too can go out and train their own people. So.
Yeah, that's. I think it's important. There's a lot of services that we offer to the mining industry, and Dan pointed on that. And ladies and gentlemen, it's important that the word gets out that production should never supersede your safety. We all make a living, and the minerals and the ores that we process are important. But it's more important that we fulfill our obligation to our families and go home safely. That's what we're after.
Marcia, you said that you said that she had a lot of background in this with the conference and everything. Could you please explain what your role in all this is?
Well, first we decide where we're going to have the conference. We try to have one usually in the eastern part of the state, sometimes down east, like Myrtle Beach or Atlantic Beach. Try to come to the mountains, kind of split it up so everybody doesn't go to one place. Easier for them to get to. We try to send out emails and notifications so that people know we're having the conference and that they can come and actually learn things that maybe they haven't done on their operation. So many of the people that come, you start learning their face and you can put their name to their face, and over the years they become very close friends.
It's also an opportunity for exhibitors to come in, the different, contractors to come in, and opportunity for them to sell or to advertise their wares, and hopefully that they grow their business. So it's a win-win-win-win as far as I'm concerned.
Well, piggybacking off of that, you said there's exhibitors here that are here with products and different innovations within the mine and quarry industry. What does the Bureau see coming for the future of mining and quarries in the state of North Carolina? And that is like changes in technology, laws, regulations, and even the decline of the industry itself.
Well, there's one thing for sure. Mining is not going away in our nation. Everything in this room besides the wood comes from the mines of our nation. It's growing and growing and growing. More technology, the more chips, the more everything. So mining is an industry that's going to be here. In fact, it is the engine that runs our economy. Everything is derived off of that. As far as the changes goes, well, you know, as far as regulatory, right now there's the silica ruling that's in play that MSHA has going on. It's going to be, I think, parallel pretty much to the OSHA standards that came across a few years ago. The technology, I think with the technology in mining, you're going to have more probably remote as far as, you know, truck operators, equipment operators. I think you're going to get more and more, the men or women are not actually in the seat operating. They're going to be, you know, remotely operating. And I think you'll see a lot of that coming down the pike. There's no telling. I mean, it's amazing what's going on. In my lifetime, I remember the drop ball when they used to crush the rocks. Now, rock breakers. I mean, who knows? It's amazing. So technology's out there. But I will say that in the mining industry as a whole, I tell a lot of people that there's a lot of MacGyvers in the mining industry. And what I mean by that, bubble gum, tape is what they've used in the past to keep everything going. And I think we're getting more and more away from that. They're actually spending more money in the industry to get it up to speed. But it's amazing the resources that our men and women have used in the past to keep it going. And I bet you Dan's seen that in his career.
Yeah, and to, you know, add to that, what do we have? About 350 mines?
Right
North
at
Carolina?
it. Yeah.
I believe I read somewhere that North Carolina has more mines than any other state.
Yeah, I think that seems right.
Yep. And as far as growth, we could talk about the next big thing, lithium. Lithium mines opening up, reopening. Should employ a lot of people.
That is an opportunity. There is, you know, I don't know if there's a coincidence, but there's battery companies looking at coming into our state that's in relation to that, which is, you know, more growth, more economic stability, and that's what we want. Jobs, good paying jobs. As far as, you know, there's a film we use, We Are Miners, in training. And in part of that film, I think the average American will use,
2.6
million pounds of raw ore or oils that per their lifetime.
Jeez.
So it's amazing just how dependent we are on the mining industry. I fear that many people in our nation don't realize how important mining is. That if the mines were to shut down, our nation would be put on its knees. It's not the Googles, it's not the IBMs that turn it. It's the mining industry. If we shut down, we're done. You can thank the mining industry for on the roads that got you here, or the cereal you eat. I mean, that milk didn't just come at the dairy next door to you. It was shipped in stainless steel trucks over the roads, all coming from the mining industry. Our standard of living is coming from the mining industry. And that's how important it is. And we need to understand that. And as representatives in our bureau, you know, I want everybody that works in the mining industry to be proud of what they do. They are important to our nation and our state.
Yeah, we like to say if you can't grow it, you have to mine it.
That's right.
I like that. I thought of a little bonus question. What are some of the largest, the biggest mining operations as far as what they mine within our state? Some of our biggest like export, I guess you could say?
I'd say without a doubt, Nutrien is the largest mine we have in the state, and it may be the largest mine in the southeast, and that's in Aurora, North Carolina, and they produce the phosphates that goes into so many different products. I don't even know all the applications, but look on your soda cans and everything, you'll see the phosphates. And then also probably the specialty minerals in the western part of the state. They start they're large mines, and for example, Sabelco, they produce the high purity quartz, and the high purity quartz is the material that creates the crucibles that the Pentium chips that is in your phones, it's in your computers, they're made. So that's important. Quartz Corp, they also do high purity quartz. Feldspar, that goes into the tiles in your house, the sanitaries, your toilets, your sinks, all are comprised from materials that come primarily from Mitchell County, North Carolina. There's not many mines in the world. China has a few of the mines that produce feldspar. There might be one or two down in Brazil, but we have it here in North Carolina. It is, without a doubt, one of the amazing what we produce that our nation depends on here in our state. And I don't think everybody realizes that we are a hub. And that's why our agency is so important, that we're out there to serve and to try to help our agency be regulatory responsible, safety responsible, in order for these important commodities to get out to the industries.
All right, if anybody doesn't have any closing statements or anything to add to that?
The one thing that I would add is that one of the roles for mining quarry is for safety. And that is one thing, when I first came to work with mining quarry several years ago, we were having fatalities every year. And to my knowledge, we have not had one in several years. Other than somebody did have a heart attack, unfortunately, but that was not a mining accident. And we have strived to have safety and health in North Carolina. Other states, they're not as lucky. So we feel like we're doing extraordinary training to keep our miners safe, to go home to their families.
All right, well, I do appreciate you guys and Marcia for coming out here. All right, well,
thank you for being on the podcast.
Well, thank you for having us. It's an honor. It's an honor to be here, and I hope people learn something about our agency with it. We're there for you, folks. If you need anything, give us a call.
Thanks so much for tuning in, y'all. And remember, your safety is our priority.